So this is the occasion where we ask, what is to be done? Where do we go from here? Is the ongoing question. And what I'm asking the speakers to do is we're going to try and keep it to 9 minutes each, so that it'll allow at least a little bit of some time, for your views and what are the priorities for what we take away from us or with us from this conference. And what do you think are the priorities to work on for building more public and more democratic media in our communities and in our country? So without further ado, I would like to introduce the speakers in the order in which they have agreed to appear. Steve Anderson, National Coordinator for Openmedia.ca, formerly called Campaign for Democratic Media. He was at the other end of this table on my left. That really understates his contributions, I think, but that's probably true of everybody's bio. But Steve has worked prodigiously in the last 3 years, and he's one of my former students of whom I'm actually most proud. I have to get my own little plug in there. Steve is a contributing author of Censored 2008 and Battleground, the Media, and has written, and I believe still continues to write for some of the periodicals listed in his bio, including the Tyee, the Toronto Star, Epoch Times, Common Ground, Rabble.ca, and Adbusters.
Thanks for having me, and thanks to the organizers. All of them. I know there's a whole community of people who put this together. I want to make the case for openness and access being pretty high on the agenda for people trying to make media change. This guy right here is Saul Williams. He, in 2007, put out an album online. He put it out without any backing of any record company. And he just sold it directly online to consumers and did really well. And I think it sort of illustrates the importance of the open internet. I just want to read a quote that he put on his website when he launched it. He's a political poet and a hip hop artist that probably wouldn't get much play if he had to go through the regular channel. So this is what he said on his website. Most people aren't aware of the world of art and commerce where each label, like apartheid, multiplies us by our divide and whips us till we conform to lesser figures. What falls between the cracks is a pile of records stacked to the heights of talents hidden from the sun. Yet the energy they put into popularizing smut makes a star of a shiny, polished gun. The ways of middlemen proves to be just a passing trend. So what he's saying there, partly he's being critical of big media and how it sort of prevents free expression and sort of promotes a very simplified version of culture. But he's also being really celebratory of the fact that, from his point of view, the middlemen have been taken out. There's no gatekeeper. And I think that I raise this and I start with this because I think that sometimes in our daily routines we sort of lose the unique moment that we're in, and I think we should try to infuse our work with a bit more of a celebratory tone. So just to kind of make this example, or to illustrate this more, this is a letterpress. So why am I showing you letterpress? So we had an event last fall. Open Media had an event called Fresh Media. And it was a festival, and basically it was an event to reimagine journalism and celebrate media innovation. And after the event, we had an after party, we had DJs, and we provided this letterpress, and we just basically said, have fun with it, make posters, have some fun with it. And I'm sort of drawing a comparison here between this as an open platform and the internet as an open platform. So you can see people here having fun, making posters, getting a little bit more creative here, more fun. Then something happened that we didn't prepare for. Again, we just provided this platform. Couldn't foresee this happening. And it sort of progressed, and it got really out of hand. I raise this because I think that this sort of exciting innovation and experimentation is the kind of thing that you just can't control. It's an unforeseen, unintended consequence. And this is the kind of thing that the open internet provides, and we can't even, like, I could, you know, list a bunch of things, and I'll talk about some stuff later, but, you know, we can't even grasp the amount of exciting experiments happening right now. So again, I just want to, I think this is something that we really need to infuse within our community here. So, but I do know, I'm well aware that while we're working on stuff, doing policy analysis, you know, trying to start up that struggling project, it does feel like we're facing a brick wall a lot of times. You know, I realized that I just was at the CRTC last week, and I would say there's nothing closer to talking to a brick wall than talking to the chairman of the SEC, Conrad Finkelstein. So I get it, but and I have a little bit of experience in independent media. I know how challenging that work is. But there's also, I think that brick wall also has a crack in it. You can see it right there, big crack. And I think that crack is that they have to be responsive to when there's widespread public participation.